The 1920 film is one of India's most popular horror movies, but did you know that it was shot in a location that itself could be the subject of a horror film? This place is famous not only for its beauty, but also for its haunted legends. Despite this, many VIP parties and gatherings are still held in this castle. The Williams family decided to throw a party in this castle. Karin, one of the family members, had a brother named Hari, who hardly talked to anyone. Everyone assumed that he was just a quiet teenager, but Karin always felt that something was troubling him. However, no one paid much attention, and the family booked the castle for 5 days. The 5th day was meant to be Karin's birthday party. When the Williams family arrived at the castle, it was already night. Before they could settle into their rooms, they saw Hari running out of his room in fear, sweating profusely. Karin took him to his room and tried to ask what had happened, but he remained silent. His behavior was unsettling. Then, she asked Hari about the child she had seen earlier in the castle. Hearing this, Hari was shocked and told her to stay away from that child. After that, they both went to their rooms to sleep. That night, Karin felt as if someone had placed a hand on her head, slowly moving down to her throat. Suddenly, it started choking her. She struggled for breath, but at that moment, her parents rushed into the room. That night, they decided to have Hari sleep in their room. From that night on, Hari mostly stayed in his room, watching his sister play in the garden through the window. 2 days before Karin's birthday, their parents had to leave the castle for some urgent work. That night, Karin was in her room trying on her birthday dress when she saw the same child's reflection in the mirror. He was peeking into her room. She quickly turned around, but the child had disappeared. Moments later, she saw him standing near the stairs, smiling as if inviting her to play. However, something terrifying happened. Her heart sank when she saw a sinister man emerge from the darkness, holding a hammer. The man struck the child's head with the hammer, and the child fell down the stairs, vanishing upon impact. Karin screamed in terror, and the man turned his gaze toward her, advancing in her direction. Just then, Hari appeared, pushed Karin aside, and confronted the man. As soon as he did, the man disappeared. But something was wrong. Hari's eyes turned white, foam started coming out of his mouth, and his body began to convulse violently. Within moments, he went completely still. Hari had died. Later, in Hari's room, Karin found his diary, which revealed a shocking truth. He had always been able to see spirits. As a child, he had tried to tell his mother about it, but she never believed him, and dismissed it as his imagination. When they arrived at the castle, he immediately sensed the presence of restless spirits, including the ghost of the child and a much more sinister entity. He had been trying to protect Karin from the evil spirit, and in doing so, he had sacrificed his life. The castle's legend tells of a carpenter who used to work there. After a dispute with the castle's owner, he was brutally murdered. Since that day, the castle has been haunted by both the child's spirit and the vengeful ghost of the carpenter. The Williams family never returned to the castle. Karin's birthday, once a joyous occasion, had turned into a terrifying nightmare they could never forget. If you like this scary story, like, share, and subscribe to Mishra's Dark Tales. Your support keeps the horror alive. Share your own horror experience in the comments. I'd love to read it.